Hey folks, we're going to start out today by going through the Bellringer, and then this video will also cover the Kuta worksheet 1 through 14. So let's get started. Okay, so here we go. We got 5 questions. Let's go through the Bellringer here. Okay, so number 1, w squared plus 6w minus 72. So what we're looking for here is the combination of two factors that are going to get you negative 72 that, let me get my pen going here. So you're looking for a negative 72 that when you add them together, you're going to get a positive 6. Okay, so you're looking for 2 factors. You multiply them together, get a negative 72. If you add them together, you are going to get a positive 6. So in this case, we're looking at 12 and 6. So positive 12 and negative 6 will be, the product would be negative 72, and positive 12 and negative 6 will be a positive 6. So your answer for number 1 would be w plus 12 times w minus 6. Can always check with FOIL now. W squared, outer is negative 6, inner is positive 12. That's where you get the plus 6 middle term. And the last 12 times negative 6 is negative 72. Number 2, factor the polynomial k squared minus 6k minus 16. So in this case, if I look at my work over here, I'm looking for a minus 16 and a minus 6. So minus 16 will be the 2 factors multiplied together, and then you're going to take those same 2 numbers and add them together to get negative 6. And what comes to my mind will be negative 8 and a positive 2, and negative 8 plus a positive 2 will be a negative 6. So your answer for number 2 will be k minus 8 times k plus 2. And that will be your answer for number 2, Bellringer, May 26, number 6, I believe it is, 6 of 8. So factor the polynomial, k squared minus 6k minus 16. Answer is k minus 8 times k plus 2. All right. Now we're going to be asked to do a little bit of solving here. We haven't done a lot of these examples, but we are using the zero product property. And let's take a look at number 3. So if we're asked to solve by using factoring, we're going to want to use the zero product property. So we're going to move this z over with the other 2 characters. Okay, so in order for us to move this z over, we are going to subtract it. So if I subtract the z from the left and the right side, I will have z squared minus z minus 12, okay? And that's going to equal 0. So if you take a look at this, now it looks like a 2, so I'm just going to put my little thing there, okay? So we're looking for the 2 factors that will get me minus 12, that when I add them 2 together, I get a negative 1. So in that case, I have negative 4, z minus 4, and z plus 3. And that's going to equal 0. So if that's the case, z minus 4 is 0 or z plus 3 is 0. So your answer for number 3 will be z equals 4 or z equals negative 3 using the zero product property. Number 4 is the same, solve the equation. So we're going to try to use, again, the zero product property. Just like how I did number 3 here, we're going to try to factor it and then use the zero product property to solve. Okay, see my two characters, 52 and minus 7y. Let's move those over with the other two characters. Everything over onto the left side by subtracting 52 and adding 7y. So I'm going to subtract this 52, and I'm going to turn around and add the 7y. Okay. So my starting polynomial will look like this, y squared. And if I subtract 52 from a positive 8, I'll have a minus 44. So I've got plus 7y, make sure I put that first, and then minus 44, and that's equal to 0. So what I have in mind here is I'm looking for the combination that's going to give me negative 44 for a product. When I add the two together, I get a positive 7. Okay, so those two factors would be positive 11. So y plus 11 and y minus 4. So those are going to be my two factors, y plus 11, y minus 4, and that's equal to 0. So the zero product property basically says that this has got to be 0 or this has got to be 0. And if that's 0, it's going to be y is equal to negative 11 or y is equal to 4. And that'd be your two answers for number 4. Y squared plus 8 equals 52 minus 7y. That brings us to the last one for the Bellringer on May 26th. The area of the rectangle is 80 square meters. What are the dimensions of the rectangle? So let's take a look at this one. Kind of leave that right there so you can see that. So once again, we've had a few of these with regards to polynomials and area. So base times the height is the area of a rectangle, length times width. So the rectangle here is x times x plus 11. That's the length times the width, and that's going to equal 80. Okay, so using our distributive property, we go x times x, which is x squared, plus 11x, and that's equal to 80. Okay, so now we're going to solve for the x by subtracting the 80 from this side. We're going to subtract the 80 from both sides, and I'll have x squared plus 11x. And I'm going to subtract 80, okay, from this side. Okay, and that's going to equal 0. Okay, so looking at this, situation here, I've got myself, I'm looking for a combination that's going to get me a negative 80. And then when I add the two factors, I get a positive 11. And those two factors will be 16 and 5. Okay, so 16 and 5. So x plus 16 and x minus 5. Okay, so again, we're looking for those two combinations, negative 80, and you can start hammering those out, you know, all the different combinations, 8 and 10, so forth and so on. But the one that you're going to look for is 16 and negative 5. 16 times 5 is 80. 6 times 5 is 30. 16 times 5, negative 5 is negative 80. So your answers here, if you're using the zero product property, will be x equal to negative 16 or x is 5, okay? Now we've got a distance situation here. So we're, if you have a negative 16, you'd have a negative measurement, okay? So sometimes with these polynomials, when you're solving them, you end up with a answer that doesn't make sense. So in this case, this x equals negative 16, you can just cross that one off. And the answer we're going to focus on is this x equals 5, okay? So if x is equal to 5, you take a look at your diagram up here. X is 5, 5 plus 11 is 16. And your width of your rectangle is 5. So 16 times 5 is 80, and that would be your answer for number 5 of the Bellringer. So again, negative 16 is you can cross that off, doesn't make sense, but your answer there is x equals 5. And that's the Bellringer today. Hopefully that was helpful. And make sure that you mark it down as number 6 on May 26th. A little bit lengthy Bellringer there, but 2 more and we'll turn it in for 24 points. Now we're going to, if you want to stop the video now, we'll proceed into the next activity, which is going through our worksheet. So if you want to take that out now or just keep the video rolling here, we'll go right into that. So the worksheet was on factoring trinomials A equals 1. So what I mean by that is all of your numbers in front of the squared term is 1. So we got 14 problems to go through, and then you can take your quiz today, which is on factoring. So let's take a look at this first one. B squared plus 8b plus 7. So you're looking for the two factors, multiply by each other, you get a 7. If you add them together, you get 8. Okay, so that would be a pretty straightforward one. 7 times 1 would give you 7, and 7 plus 1 gives you 8. Okay, so your answer for number 1 would be b plus 7, b plus 1. So I'll circle your answer for number 1. B plus 7 times b plus 1. All right, let's move along to number 2. N squared minus 11n plus 10. You kind of blow this up a little bit. That was number 1. N squared minus 11n plus 10. Okay, so we're looking for that combination. I'll use my T over here. Positive 10 and a negative 11. Okay, and that would be a negative 10 times the negative 1 would be a positive 10. And the negative 11 would be a negative 10 plus a negative 1. And so that checks out. Your answer for number 2 would read n minus 10 times n minus 1. N minus 10 times n minus 1. Number 3, m squared plus m minus 90. Okay, so we're looking for the combination that two factors gets you a minus 90. And the same two factors, when you add them together, you're going to get a positive 1. There's a 1 in front of that m there. So you've got your answer there would be a positive 10 and times a negative 9. Positive 10 and a negative 9 would yield you a positive 1. So the answer there for number 3 would be m plus 10 times m minus 9. And that'd be number 3. Moving along to number 4, n squared plus 4n minus 12. Okay, so you're looking for that combination that will have a factor of negative 12. And you add them together, you get a positive 4. So those two factors would be positive 6 and a negative 2. Negative 2. Positive 6 plus a negative 2 would be a positive 4. So your answer for number 4 would read n plus 6 in parentheses, n minus 2. You can always check using your FOIL, and you want to circle your answer for number 4 there. All right, moving along to number 5. N squared minus 10n plus 9. Okay, so we have had this one, I think, before. You're looking for 2 factors that gives you that 9. You add them together, you get negative 10. This is a positive 9. This is a negative 10. So your answer there would be negative 9 times a negative 1. Negative 9 plus a negative 1 would give you that negative 10 for a sum. Answer for number 5 would be n minus 9 times n minus 1. That'd be your answer for number 5. N minus 9 times n minus 1. Number 6, b squared plus 16b plus 64. 8 times 8 is 64. So if your answer for number 6 would be b plus 8 times b plus 8. There's the 2 factors, 8 and 8. 8 times 8 is 64. And 8 plus 8 is 16. Or you could put b plus 8 quantity squared. And that'd be number 6. Moving right along to number 7, m squared plus 2m minus 24. So you're looking for 2 factors combination to get you a negative 24. Same 2 factors, when you add them together, get a positive 2. Positive 2. In that case, you have a 6 and a negative 4. 6 plus a negative 4 is a positive 2. So your final answer for number 7 would be m plus 6 times m minus 4 for number 7. Okay, we're halfway home. Let's move right along to number 8. Go a little quicker here at the end. X squared minus 4x plus 24. If you're looking for a 2 combination, that will get you 24, 12 and 2, 6 and 4 to get you a sum of negative 4. This is a not factorable. Not factorable for number 8. Number 9, k squared minus 13k plus 40, positive 40. Answer there would be k minus 8, k minus 5. The 2 factors we'll be dealing with is negative 8 and times negative 5 is a positive 40, and negative 8 plus negative 5 is negative 13 for number 9. Number 10, a squared plus 11a plus, move this out of the way here, plus 18. Two factors get you 18. I'm thinking 9 and 2 right off the bat. Answer there would be A plus 9 times A plus 2 for number 10. Number 11, n squared minus 1n minus 56. So 8 times 7 is 56. Your answer there would be n minus 8. It's got to be a negative now, so n plus 7. N plus 7. 8 times 7 is 56. You add negative 8 plus 7, you get that negative 1 for number 11. Now we're moving on to number 12, positive 6 and a negative 5. Okay, so this again, you're looking for a positive 6 and a negative 5, n minus 3 times n minus 2. So in that case, negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. Negative 3 plus negative 2 is a negative 5 for number 12. Okay, wrapping things up here, we got 2 more problems. These 2 problems are good. This whole worksheet's a good start to factoring these trinomials. And let's go through these last 2, 13 and 14. B squared minus 6b plus 8. So you're looking for the combination that's going to provide you with a positive 8. And I've gotten away the last few problems of using my cross here with an 8 here and a negative 6 here. So if you can see this positive 8, you got a negative 4 times a negative 2, and a negative 4 plus a negative 2 is going to give you negative 6. Your answer there would be B minus 4 times B minus 2. Remember now, what I'm putting a circle around here is the answer. This is your work area here. I've had a few students that will just show, like in an answer key, they would put negative 4 or negative 2. All right, and that's great, you know that, but the answer itself is the 2 binomials multiplied together. So don't forget that on the upcoming quiz today. All right, and finally, number 14, n squared plus 6n plus 8. So this is a pretty straightforward one. We're looking for that combination that's going to provide you with the 2 factors of 8. Same 2 factors added together, you get a positive 6, and that's pretty obvious, 4 and 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. So your final answer for number 14 will be n plus 4 times n plus 2, and that'd be your final answer for number 14 on today's Kuta worksheet. All right, so hopefully this was beneficial on factoring. It's a pretty straightforward project here. And I wish you luck on the quiz, and I hope you have a great day. Take care now, everyone.